Hi there. Today we will discuss about the Facebook integration with Android, and especially I'm using the Android Studio because this is something which I recently launched up. So let's do it. So first of all, I just typed in Google the Facebook integration. I got basic two links. Get started and the Facebook developers account. So when I go to my quick links or the developers account, I have the options to create create iOS and Android applications for the Facebook. So first of all, what I do is I go to my developers account, and in my application I will create an application that will be used for communication to our Android application with Facebook, and that is very necessary for us. So there are two ways that we can initiate the progress with us. That is the first thing that we're talking about, the creating application, and the second thing is the quick start. So quick start, first of all, what you need to do is to download the Facebook SDK for Android. So that will download the SDK that will contain your sample codes too, so that you can access the sample code and all the data details. So what I'm doing is I have downloaded that piece into my download folder, and just unzip it. So in this file you will see all the necessary files and samples and that are required to execute in. So after this, what you need to do is after downloading the SDK, you need to go to your Android Studio. And because I've already taken this hello sample, so I don't need to take it again. So but I'm just, for example, I'm just what you need to do is import the project, and to access that project, that the samples, from the samples you will click on that one and just click OK. It will automatically load all the necessary files and folders that are necessary for us, and it will create the gradles for us also. Initially you won't see any kind of source code for the Gradle, because you will see something different source code for the application. I have changed most of the code to it because I was getting furious. So because like I wasn't because this line was creating errors, so because of that I added this line, and a few of them, these lines, or I have removed the I just wrote 19 and 20 and bills and files and application IDs and blah 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 things. So these all things you can copy all the things, because I was getting the error related to 1.6, or might be possible you guys won't get this error, but I was getting. So there are two things that we need to remember. There are two files for the Gradles, and one for the hello Facebook sample and another for the Facebook. So this is also having default configuration files. We don't I didn't touch it at all. So I hope you also, guys, you will not get the error related to this also. So after this, when you load the sample, you won't find the Facebook folder in this, because this is another module that you need to include in your project. Initially it won't be loaded, so what you need to do is just import the module and select the Facebook module. So that will be available in your downloaded folder. Once you download your SDK, that will be available. The Facebook module is available for to choose in, because if you won't use this Facebook module, your project won't work, because we have dependent on this module. We are dependent on this module. It's contain many of the files and source code related to access your data and many more. So after this, after getting this and everything is working fine on all the dependent libraries, we need to figure out two basic things. That even when you go to the XML, you will find here two things, that is your ID, and we need to change that. We need to make sure that we are changing this Apple application ID. So that application particular ID will be available once you create the Facebook project in your Facebook account. So I have created a demo account, and this demo account is accessible for me. So after this, when I do all these things, after the filling all the details, and final product will be something like that. I click on my dashboard and I will get my application ID. That application ID must be used here, because the Facebook won't understand that what you're talking about in your application. So you need to make sure that in your content provider and in your values, string values, you need to make sure that you're using your application already correctly. After this, because you would like to, you just provide your contact details and all the other details, like your package name. That is, package name is available in your XML file. Where is my package file? Let me show you there. Yeah, yeah, this is the package one, and that is the same package I'm using, and the default class activity that I'm using for, because I'm using hello Facebook name, so that's why I'm using the hello Facebook one, hello Facebook world. So this is the first class that we are going to launch in. So after all this filling the details, you just need to save it, and you go to status and review. You need to make sure that you're checked yes for this, because if you won't check this, the information related to your data, once you everything will be fine. When you run this application in your mobile phone, it won't connect to any account, because it won't understand that you are still in development mode, so it will not access your other data, I mean the Facebook data. So we need to make sure that we're giving the correct permissions to our application. So this is all we need to do is it is very simple. The one more thing that is very important then in this step is that we're going to take once all things done, in the next step, this is the issue development key hash. Development key hash is very important that you should use in your account, because without this development ID you won't be able to access your project completely. So there are different lines of source of code that are available for us that to access the because I'm using the Mac one, so it is using this. When you run in your terminal, you will get such kind of string in your project, this type of string, and this string will be very useful for us to access the project. So this is all, and first thing is this module, and second thing is Facebook module that you downloaded earlier, and a few minor changes in XML file, and a few minor changes in Gradles, and we are ready to go with our project. That's the whole overall concept of our integration with Android. That's it. Thank you.